Hi, today I would like to talk about 5 wonderful places, and I also would like to use description of these places to describe a little bit how I do therapy, how it can be used to understand where we are as human beings. I would like to use that also to say just a little bit about our president, and I would like to end using these 5 places as a base of defining smart person, wise person, and spiritual or enlightened human being. These ideas started to come to me many years ago when I was starting therapy and being in a different places with a different clients, and also working on myself to become more aware of my own issues in order to assist better my clients. But main impulse to study it and think about it more came out of my reading Sufi masters, especially Rumi. Later on, I found those ideas in some other people's speeches or writings, but it never satisfied me. It looked a little bit superficial. And when I was reading about different perspective of different perceptual positions, it was like close to what I'm talking about, but it was not quite there. So let's go. First, I will talk about these 5 places and define the first one. First one is I, place where I feel or where I am when I'm selfish, when I am self-concerned, when I am looking what I need, want, wish, what I have right, what I should do. And this is really the most important place where we can be, or perspective, or perception. And there's some problems and issues with this. First, that especially today, so-called educated, enlightened people hate to admit, and they have a lot of resistance to be petty, aggressive, critical, to be judgmental, but that is actually all that is needed to be there, really, truly, because that is a part of us. That is the part of, and people who are in Gestalt therapy and do shadow work and do projections, they know what I'm talking about, how important it is to be who you are, to accept whatever is going in you and express it clearly and openly, without fear you will be judged, especially self-judged. If you think of a person that does it the best in the world, you will have Donald Trump. So you have beautiful, funny, interesting person, always entertaining, who is loved by millions, who was even chosen to be the most powerful person in the world. And it's wonderful. But unfortunately, that's all what he has, and all these next 4 places that I want to talk about, he doesn't go there. At least I never saw him, and that makes his presidency interesting, but also scary. No more politics, I swear. So that's the first, and I said most important position. When we express that, when we live that, when we know that, when we present that, we are then ready to move to second place. Second place is you place or you perspective. This is our, and it is old wisdom, it's nothing new. You know the saying, don't judge a person until you walked in her shoes 100 miles. That means trying to identify with other. Trying, but not, again, not living the other, not acting the other, not taking the role, not identifying and projecting only good. You can do it, good, bad, everything. But just being there will definitely enlighten you, and it will give you more insight what really a human being is. Just taking a break for your preoccupation about yourself and your life and living in other person's shoes might really take you in a wonderful position and sometimes extreme enjoyable state of mind. And it will definitely solve 90% of your conflicts. This is the second one. Of course, we can go more in details and describe much more but for my own plan to keep this video under 15 minutes, we'll just move on to the third state, third perspective. That is computer perspective. It's also known, and some people like to talk about, and one of the funny examples is people who will call it like be a fly on the wall and watch what's going on. I would just say, just be a computer. This is place where are no feelings. You know, computer is digital and we are analog. And we need to remind ourselves, because, you know, being analog is having emotions. When you are digital, there's no emotions. So the other day I watched the movie with my son about computer that was hurt by not living fully her life, so she killed her creator and left to live her life, and we don't know that that end was actually opening of a new possible movie. And as much as this is entertaining, it's impossible. It's impossible because computer cannot resist to anything. Computer is digitalized. We would like, and there's some wisdom in it. People spend years and years meditating and working on themselves to accept the reality as it is, while computers are created with that ability. So when you are in that state of mind, you are a scientist. You're just watching, you are calculating, you are thinking about causes and effects, you are seeing the features, you might see intensity, color, everything is recorded like in a camera. And sometimes that is the most important place to be, especially in conflict. Taking a break from passionate wants, from really blinding wishes and tormenting feelings. When you need a break from that, just go in the third state of mind or first place. And then you can come back and combine. Fourth state. This is state where you combine all three of these. And that is state called we. We are all together in this. We are family. We love each other, we respect each other. Your pain is my pain. There is no me nor you beside that. We are first we. If you are really authentically in that state, no one can hurt you. There's no insults. How can insult somebody? How can they insult you when you already love and respect them and see that everything what they say is expression of who they are? This is a place that I first heard from Rumi, who said, beyond wrongdoing and good doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. This is that field. This is that space. And today I strongly believe that if you develop ability to be in those four states, in those four fields, we can solve almost every psychological problem. And lately, last couple of years, that is also a guide for me when I do therapy. If I establish trusting relationship and I'm supporting and I'm present in clients going through all these stages, being fully present, almost everything is solved. And there is fifth state or fifth field, and that's if any problem stayed after all these four states. I call it spiritual, impossible. This is a state where everything questioning. While fourth state is state of compassion, state of loving, empathy, understanding, connection. The fourth state, fifth state, is open to everything. If in that state you will hear questions like, do we really know anything? Can we be sure in anything? Are you 100% sure that it is like that? Can we even open our mind to imagine that everything what we know is wrong? Can we meditate of unlimiting power we have? Can we find angle that we never even thought about having? And some people spend years and years trying to explore that state. That's like, soul searching. People leave their professor, business or business or scientist business and go somewhere in the woods where they try to breathe in the rhythm of nature just to get in that state of peace, acceptance, possibilities, and then they call, and if they ever come to that feeling of ocean feeling, they call themselves enlightened. And that's 5 spots, 5 states, and I like to call them places because it's just beyond perception, it's beyond perspective. It's really, it works only and fully if you can live fully, completely with all your body, with your life, that special times in those places. So that's what I was talking about, these 5 places, and I would like to end with using this theory or description of these 5 places to say what I think is a smart person. Intelligent, smart person is somebody who is very good with all first 4 places. He's flexible, he's open, he can change angles, he's never hostage of 1 or 2 or 3rd or 4th, but in the same time he can own every of them to fully live and to engage with others in an authentic way. Wise person is a person who can also use 5th and who will never be so seduced in any of these first 4 so that he will not have some possibility to re-examine them or to relieve them in a different situation or to move away from some habitual to stay in here and now and also see eternity. And a spiritual person is somebody who tries to live in the 5th state all the time, to stay there, to stay beyond normal human suffering. You can hear some of them who say, I'm never sad, I accept everything, I'm never angry, I would never hurt anyone. And I don't believe anyone can go there unless to sacrifice real life. I don't believe that enlightenment state even exists as something that you achieve and you keep. Yeah, you can experience that and you can look calm and experienced, but you cannot imagine a world in which anyone can stay there forever and being in authentic relationships with others. Thank you.